this play from the pistol. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. The lone back's got it. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
The give to the tailback. Running with power.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. He gets a block, working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with the lone back. At midfield, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need it.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Pulls and fires complete to the right. He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. He's got an open man. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback run is part of their game plan.
Run play with the quarterback. He's knocked down at the 7-yard line. 2nd down coming up.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And I don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there. Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He's got great speed. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. It's complete on the right side. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
At the 16-yard line. On the set. That's the end of the 1st quarter. And after one, we're tied 0-0.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Kentucky going quickly. They move the tight end all over. They'll try the run. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
The give to the back. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they score first.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
Oh, that's like blowing the layup or the 3-inch putt. Missed the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field.
Oh, look out, there he goes! And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Not the most productive half of this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Grabbed behind the line. It's Kamara. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
2nd down coming up.
2nd down coming up. Quarterback will audible. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Working that left side now. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 Russian defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
He worked his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard.
Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Green Wave.
At 3rd and goal, I'm giving it to my playmaker. You let your quarterback make this decision whether he wants to run it in or right here. He sees the opportunity. His guy's wide open, hits him in stride for the easy touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
Hey, QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
They're looking for space to run behind the left tackle. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Gets it out quickly. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Ambrose. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Quickly to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. He's going to pass. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Those are hard for offensive linemen. When they get beat, you're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But they had a great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Throwing right. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
The incompletion brings up a second down. Leaves it with the back. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. Clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to go up top on first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And a really good job focusing on the catch. A lot of people get lost on their feet and trying to stay in bounds, but did a good job catching the football first and then getting that 1 foot they needed in bounds.
Unloads to the wideout. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
I'll tell you what, you could tell the defense knew exactly what they were doing. They were dialed in, took away the primary target, and then it's on you as an offense. Now I got to adjust. I got to do something different to what they're doing.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Oh, he wants it all. And the pass is intercepted. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. About to start here in the second half. Tulane will kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Line gets set, first down. Looking to move it through the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30-plus.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. It didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
Looking to pass on second down. Floats it out in space. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turn.
Comes out throwing on first down. He's going to fire deep. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% of the season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And the pass falls harmlessly to the ground. We'll see if the laundry is as harmless. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Kamara. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Finds his man. It's Johnson. Ball's out. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. First down for this offense. Here's the handoff. At the 45, on its way. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this, this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
Pulls and fires complete. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Kentucky! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. Why not double the try total and go for 2? Finds his big tight end. They get it into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. The lead stands at 7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. He's going for a big play downfield. Makes the catch on the left. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Tulane.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Marshall is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Randy Moss had a hand in getting this kid to Huntington, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? They're trailing by 10 to Arizona. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Out of the gun, the give to the back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. Quickly complete.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Caught near the sticks. It's Pitts. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you've got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Let's go. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing for it. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense will try to strike on 1st and 10. Movement here from the tight end. It's complete. end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Offense getting set for first down. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Kamara. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Kentucky 21, Tulane 14.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Handoff from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Leaves it with the back. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Fires into the end zone. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now, if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Fires to the big fella. At the 35, he's got room. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Still running at the 40. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football, run the clock, let that thing tick down. And if we add points...
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Tulane, 14.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Now on 2nd down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Wide receiver now comes in motion. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He'll let one go down the right side. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point in the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Going up top on first down. And they're not on the same page there.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make a catch.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Throws to the tight end. Working the middle. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
This Tulane offense has a great drive going. They want to just keep throwing it. He'll pull it down and run. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
And the rush will get to him at the 25. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. They'll run play action. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Coming after it. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
That's a play the defense needed, right? It's been a battle all game long. Here we are. It's late. Everybody's tired. They've given up a few yards on this drive, but they come away with a huge sack at a big moment.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
This has been a disaster for the offense down close to the goal line. The first snap, they get sacked. The second snap, they're lucky it wasn't picked, throwing that one into coverage. Here you go on 3rd down. They're going to have to throw for it. You better be careful. QB's got to make a...
Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Trying to get to it. To the end zone, and it's picked off. He's at the 50. Past the 30. The 10. He just set sail for the end zone after the pick and turns it into a 2-point return.
Great job on special teams. Getting penetration, getting the block. You've got the convoy. It's a scoop score, 2 points the other way.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. And as we get later in this game, Jesse, you want to keep moving the ball and being aggressive, but don't turn the thing over.
So how about getting the running game going right here, David, on this drive? Let those big fellas up front get some push, bleed the clock, move the chains.
Yeah, no need to get greedy. I know the passing stats and you want to score, but you're right. The clock right now is your friend with a 2-possession lead.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. And a short run there, and that'll end it. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence from it.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That's going to do it for us from here.